in every relationship, friendship, romantic, whatever, there's a period of time in the beginning where you don't know how to talk to each other. If you know that you want to be friends, if you know that you're going to be close, if you know you want to go on another date, if you know, you have to get over that hump, right? Somebody that you see at the holiday Christmas party once a year and you have no interest in having a relationship outside of that, like that person, you don't need to get over that hump. You can small talk for a second and like, say, my social battery's low, I'm gonna go sit in the corner, or I'm gonna go get a drink and then get out of it. When you really want to have a relationship with somebody, you have to get through the awkward stage of like not really knowing how to be around somebody comfortably, not really knowing how to just talk freely, not really, because it takes time to understand the other person, understand your humor together, understand your relationship together, it just takes time. And so there's this awkward phase of like tension where things just aren't quite flowing yet. And I think a lot of times people drink alcohol in these situations. You go on a date, you get a little wine drunk. You're hanging out with a new group of friends. You guys are going out to a party and you're all drinking together. Like nothing brings people together like alcohol. But I'm at a place now in my life where I don't drink. I've been sober for a year or a little under a year, maybe. I don't know, a year, whatever. We can round up. And like, I can't rely on that anymore. And I really relied on that. So what do you do during that awkward phase in a new sort of relationship, romantic or platonic, if you don't have alcohol? This is the one that's stumping me the most, to be honest. It's just, I actually don't know if this one's avoidable. I mean, I think the only way to make this feel less awkward, uncomfortable, maybe not embarrassing, but like maybe at times a little bit embarrassing, is to take the person off the pedestal. I think sometimes we can put potential relationship prospects on a pedestal, and that's what makes things tense, is that we're like, oh my God, they're so cool, or they're so like attractive, or this or that. And then that can make us sort of feel tense. And then once we see through that and we're like, wait a minute, they're just a normal person, who cares? The walls come down. So perhaps it's a matter of like mindset shifting, being like, you know what? I know that at some point I'm going to realize that this person is a normal human being and that they don't really need to be on a pedestal. Perhaps they're wonderful, but they don't need to be on a pedestal and they don't need to be making me nervous. They're another human being. They're also nervous. I just need to let it go. But like, that's hard, Perhaps the other thing you could do is, again, communicate, make a joke about it. This is awkward. This is weird. We don't really know each other that well. It's weird. But see, that can sometimes make things weirder. Do you know what I mean? To address your current social situation while you're in it, it can at times be a really good icebreaker, and at times kind of be like too meta. It's like, relax, just like talk about, do you know what I mean? I think the best way to handle it is to find confidence in yourself going into it, so that no matter how the other person is feeling, no matter what they're doing, no matter whatever, you're confident, you are kind of laissez-faire. And so then you're setting the tone, which is low pressure and chill and relaxed. It's a hard thing to do because it's intimidating to hang out with somebody new. Even if you have amazing confidence, it can still be really intimidating. It's almost like if you go into it being like, you know what, I don't really care what happens. I'm not trying to be cool. I don't really care if they like me. I'm just going to do my best and show up and be myself. It's almost like then you actually embarrass yourself less. It's less awkward and it's less uncomfortable. The other thing you could do, honestly, is think about what you're going to talk about beforehand too. If you have a few ideas of like what you could talk about before hanging out, some topics that you both are interested in, then you have something to fall back on, and that might ease your mind too, so that you're not like feeling like, oh God, what if I get stuck? And then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're like super afraid of getting stuck in the conversation and things getting quiet or awkward. And then because you're worried about it, it's almost like you manifested it to be true, and then it happens. And it's like, if you have a plan beforehand and you're like, you know what, if conversation starts to lull, I'll ask this person about this. I'll ask them about that. If you have like a list of 5 things, you probably won't even need to use those things, because that will relieve your anxiety enough, or that'll relieve the pressure enough that you can actually just have a chill convo, and like you're not overthinking it, and it is naturally just not embarrassing, awkward, or uncomfortable. Yeah, maybe it's like figuring out a way to hack your brain so that you're not nervous or you're not anxious or you don't really care how it turns out. You can take the other person off the pedestal. And then eventually that'll happen naturally. I mean, maybe it's just inevitable. When you first meet somebody, it's going to be a little bit weird, but eventually it will pass. It always does. Maybe that's just an inevitable part of a new human relationship, perhaps.